to Saturday and the Pembrokeshire Senior Cup final. We've heard from the Milford United captain Scott Griffiths, so let's hear from the Hakin manager Scott Davies. His side have won the Senior Cup 12 times, and Scott is with us straight off the training ground. How are you tonight?
Yeah, good. How are you? Everybody all right?
Yeah, we're not bad at all, Scott. So you've been training this evening. How's the mood in the camp ahead of Saturday?
Yeah, everybody's fine. We're just going over a few last things. The boys have still got Monday night's hard work, to be fair, because we only played a couple of days ago. But we're just going over a few pieces, having a chat, and just having a game of football, basically. Nothing too strenuous.
And in terms of Saturday, Scott, Hakin have got great pedigree in this competition, but the cup final can be such a leveller. It's a local derby as well. It's going to be quite an intense occasion, I think, on Saturday, isn't it?
Yeah, it'll be. I can't wait. I think it's great for both teams. It is going to be a derby, and there is a little bit of niggle between the two sides, but it's never anything more than football. I think a lot of the boys off the pitch are friends, and it doesn't really bother me either way. It's as long as we get the win. It's just nice for Milford and Hakin. You had Shane a couple of weeks ago. He said all the pubs will be busy, so.
And actually, that kind of local interest, isn't it, is really good. And I think people in the area are really getting behind the fact that it's a local derby in the final. That adds to what is already a really special occasion on Senior Cup final Saturday.
Yeah, well, a lot of the boys work together, and I know there's a lot of separate jokes going on down from Hinkley Point, where there's a few photos going round of Robins eating Vikings and Vikings eating Robins. So it's all good fun until somebody loses, isn't it? So. We'll see what's happening.
Gordon.
I mean, Scott, you're used to this sort of preparation. You've been involved with Hakin a long time, even though it's your first season back. You must be pretty pleased with how things have gone this season. I know you'll be bitterly disappointed missing out on the league, but the cup competitions have been going quite well for you. So how do you feel?
How do I feel about Saturday or the season?
The season as a whole.
I think the season's been good. We just tried to steady the ship a bit more from last year and get some wins back on the board to get the feel good factor back. And like I said, we only lost one game this season and we've drawn maybe too many. But overall, I think the boys have redeemed themselves and the club's back where it should be, which is challenging for every trophy really. And we got it to the last few games, which it's our own fault that we didn't challenge harder for that. But it's not the end of the world. We'll go again next year and hopefully we can pick up at least one cup in the next couple of weeks now.
Obviously, you go into the game this Saturday as red-hot favourites, and Milford United are the underdogs. Do you see it that way?
I think you have to. I would just be lying through my teeth if I said anything any different. It's not. It's a nice situation to be in, and you can't really win other than winning, can you? So, like even the game you played Saturday, the number of people that from the other team that say good luck but you won't need it, and it's daft really, because the final you see with Greece and France in the Euros, was it 2004? Anything can happen. It's 11v11 and they want it as much as we do. Their families are up there supporting them, all their kids, so you need to perform on the day.
Do you talk to your players much about that, Scott, about the fact that they're going in as favourites? Like you say, you'd have to be on a different planet to not acknowledge that, wouldn't you? But do you have to do extra work in terms of making sure they stay focused and they do approach it in the right frame of mind? Because if you go into it thinking we're going to win this, that can also have a negative effect, can't it?
Yeah, I don't. They're not daft. They'll think the same as me. But I think the bigger picture of the thoughts and of losing the game should outweigh any complacency whatsoever.
What I saw about Hakin this season, Scott, was when you lost down in Goodwick quite heavily, and the following week you went there with probably not your strongest 11, and it was roles reversed. Obviously, how did you get in the mindset of the boys with that situation?
Like I said a few times around the time, the best thing that could happen is that we had to go back down a week later. Well, it turned out to be 2 weeks later, but if you wait 6-7 months to put that right, nothing to do with them. I mean, for yourselves and for the supports that went down, and there's a lot of people not happy that night around the whole club. It's not just a defeat sometimes. So we had no choice but to go back down there and put it right. Really, that's the only choice we had.
Yeah.
Interested in your build-up, actually, Scott. And I think there's different approaches to cup finals, and I think you're quite well known for how you approach senior cup finals. You don't treat it much differently, do you, to how you would a league game in terms of your prep?
No, I think it's easy to get lost in the occasion. I played in a few myself, managed one, and I've been involved with Gary numerous times. Gary Dawes, where you just do your normal thing. If you normally meet in the three somewhere and you have breakfast, it's fine. But you don't all of a sudden want 16 together and people eat something they don't normally or eat at a time they don't normally, and before you know
Yeah.
it, everything feels different in your body. By the time kickoff comes around, everybody just do what they normally do. Is how I look at it.
So will you get together for the first time actually at the ground on Saturday?
No, we'll meet at the obs, like we normally do. We'll meet, pay subs, and get going.
And all travel together? Is there a bus going from
No, we're going in
Hakin?
cars. No, we're going in
Nice.
cars.
Okay. Okay. And also, I wanted to say as well that it's the first of two big cup games, isn't it, for the club? Because you got the Senior Cup final, then St Joseph's as well. As a manager, are you preparing for both at the same time, almost, in terms of how you're working with the players?
No, just
One at a
Saturday
time?
at the minute. Saturday at the minute is the most important thing on the agenda by a million miles, and hopefully we get through Saturday with no knocks and we win the cup, and then we can concentrate on Thursday. If we don't win Saturday, then I'm probably in a job centre on Monday. So
The job centre.
I'm not sure.
I don't think you have to worry about that, Scott.
no, I'm only joking. But St. Joseph's is a completely different different conversation. We got to try and win for everybody Saturday. That's the first priority.
And you're not going to give loads away, I know, but in terms of picking your 16 for Saturday, that must be a tricky job because you will have to make some difficult decisions on certain players.
Yeah, there's maybe a pool of 20 players to choose from, with maybe one or two carrying knocks. So we'll see how it pans out Thursday, Friday. But we'll pick a fair team and pick boys that have deserve to be there Saturday, basically.
Have you got that team in your head yet?
No, I wouldn't say yet. No,
As the week goes on, yeah.
as the week goes on, yeah. To be honest, there's so many players that are versatile in our team. They've played in different positions the last few weeks. The boys who played centre back, full back, right back. So I think what we come out with Saturday will be our strongest team to win on the day, I'd say.
And how have you found it this season being back? Because you obviously had that break, didn't you? And it takes a lot of time, doesn't it, to be committed to managing a football club through a season. How's that been, Scott? Have you enjoyed being back in the job?
Yeah, of course. I've enjoyed every training session, every match, bar for the odd couple. But you can't have everything going smoothly all the time, can you? Otherwise, everybody would do it. But I've definitely enjoyed being back, and I love being at the club, and the boys are great. So you can't ask for any more than that. As long as you get committed players, that's all you can ask for.
And what will that dressing room be like? We spoke to the Milford skipper about it and asking about some characters inside that dressing room. What will yours be like ahead of kick-off on Saturday?
It'll be calm and focused on getting the win, I would say. Hopefully relaxed. Don't want to overthink anything. But the main thing on a cup final day is getting the win. However it comes, whether it's an own goal or if it's a goal at the last minute, it's just about bringing the cup back to the Obs, basically, or back to wherever the ground is.
Okay.
Will there be a special celebration at the Obs? Will yourself and Trigger be singing? Will you reunite just like Oasis? Will you reunite that night?
You'll never hear that in that same sentence, me and Trigger and Oasis now. But maybe. We'll see.
Yeah.
Well, listen,
I think
Scott.
Liam Gallagher said that, maybe. Didn't he?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Definitely, maybe.
Definitely, maybe, yeah, absolutely. Scott, listen, all the best from us all here at Pure West. Enjoy the day on Saturday and good luck as well to all your squad. Thank you for being with us. And also good luck for that game against St Joe's when that comes around on the 17th of April as well. Thank you, Scott. Thank you for your time on Pure West Sports this evening.
Good luck, Scott.
Excellent stuff. You'll be able to watch the interviews with Scott Davies and Scott Griffiths as we take you inside both dressing rooms ahead of the game. Razor sharp Scott Davies there, wasn't he, good? Like with how he's focused on the game, treating it the same as any other league game, not changing anything. That's his approach.
You heard it from the horse's mouth there, didn't you? When I said the story about Gary Dawes, what happened against Narbert, they have treated finals just like a normal match day. And that's how they found success. That works for Hakin United. So they're not going to change anything. They're going to do exactly the same thing. It's a normal Saturday. Like you said, the boys even got to pay their subs before they go. So, it's no different. and they'll rock up at the Meadow, and it should be a terrific derby day, and lots of families that know each other are going to be there. It's going to be a special occasion for both sides.
I think we've given you a real sense of that on Pure West this evening. So thank you to both Scots for being with us. Gordon, you'll be making a prediction on pembrokeshiresport.co.uk? We
never bow out of that. Obviously, Hakin are red, our favourites. I can't see, and I will say it, I can't see Milford United turning them over. Although, if it happened, it would be great for the town as well, but Hakin got so much quality, and Scotty Griff knows what he's up against. He's got you've got the likes of, well, it depends who Scott picks as well, mate. So I can't be spouting off who's going to be playing, but it'll be a very strong Hakin United side up against Milford United, who unfortunately have just got relegated as well. It's a tough day at the office, but it's something that they can put behind them and go out and enjoy their special occasion.
Absolutely,
and I hope they
right.
do that.
Yeah, enjoy the game at the weekend. That's Milford United against Hakin in the Pembrokeshire Senior Cup final. Well done to George, who's correctly said that Clonderwin were the one-time Pembrokeshire Senior Cup winners.
Yeah, he's been on Google, mate. We know what's going on.
1958, they won the Pembrokeshire Senior Cup. Don't even exist anymore.
I think a year later, Milford United won it, I believe. And that's when they won 4 on the bounce.
Exactly right. One of their 4 consecutive senior cups. You're absolutely right. Good luck to both sides on Saturday. We are almost done. We should just say it was a very exciting round of rugby games at the weekend. We heard in the first hour of the show from the Narberth head coach, Liam Gadd, is there an Otters miracle happening in the Premiership? Narberth did exactly what they needed to do at the weekend. They beat Brecon 39-28. Bonamine slipped up as well. They lost against Newbridge. So all of a sudden it's getting interesting. Now Narberth are out of the relegation zone, but Bonamine do have a game in hand. So Narberth really need some favours, don't they? Bonamine
that is
Merthyr.
the issue, is the game in hand. They've slipped up last Saturday, Bonamine, and Narberth got a very good victory. But they do need another slip up from Bonamine, and they may just get in there with the skin of the teeth. That would be great. And also Neyland had a very important game at the weekend as well. They played in the 4th Division regional semi-final against Gwynfedd from up Cardiff way, and they lost that game, which was played at Newcastle Emlyn. But fair play to the All Blacks. They had a great run, and they did have a minute's silence as well for John Lann, who we spoke about, who's sadly passed away as well. So unlucky Neyland, but great effort throughout the season to get to that point.
And also unlucky Tenby United as well in Division 1 West. Tenby went to Vellenville and again did what they needed to do, a big win. They won 57 points to 26. Unfortunately, Kidwelly didn't do them a favour. Aberystwyth won 46-22. So Aber take the title.
And now they play each other in the cup.
Exactly. So just to say how tight that is, Gord, they took it by a point. Both sides played 18, both sides won 16 and lost 2. So you're talking a bonus point, the finest of margins there.
It is.
Aber winning that title. And actually, they've dominated the league. I mean, they're points ahead of the team in 3rd place. So it's a shame that only one team can go up, isn't it?
It is unfortunate. Both sides are class, and as I just said, they'll be playing each other in the Pembrokeshire Knockout Cup in Aberaeron in May, I believe that is, early May. And, that will be a cracking game, because obviously Tenby will be bitterly disappointed that they've missed out on promotion. But well done to Aberystwyth as well. The best side always goes up, and they've proved that. But on that Pembrokeshire Cup day, that's going to be a mighty clash. I can tell you that now.
Tenby are going to be up for that.
They will be up for that.
Yeah, more than ever. And I think they'll win it actually, but we shall see.
We've got another day. That is. Yeah,
that is another day, and we have actually got to go now. Unfortunately, Gord, I've enjoyed your company. I hope we've whetted your appetites ready for the Pembrokeshire Senior Cup final on Saturday. We'll be back again next Monday on Pure West Sport. On the way next, it's Pembrokeshire Island Discs with Dave, and his guest is BB Scone this evening. That will be a brilliant listen. He's on the way. We'll see you next week. Good night.
This is Pure West Radio.